Kitahara? What? What are you doing here? Aren't you a part of the Go Home Club? It's the middle of summer vacation.
Can't you tell?
I can tell you're rather crappy at playing the guitar.
Aren't you also part of the Go Home Club, Touma? What are you doing at school in the middle of summer?
You sure are childish, lashing back at someone the instant they strike a nerve.
I only started this year. It's a given that I'm somewhat terrible right now, isn't it?
I mean, you're just holding down chords, right? I can't understand how you could possibly miss.
That's what everyone says when they've never played it themselves. You know, Touma, you should change your tendency of laughing at those who are doing their best.
Doing their best, huh?
In my opinion, anyone who is willing to break a sweat over something is an admirable person. That is, I admire anyone who puts effort in, whether it be physical or mental. Anyway, what's up today? If you want me to give you supplementary lessons, then wait a little bit until I'm done and I can...
Hand it over. Hand over that thing.
Well, just for a little bit, Touma.
Thank you.
Don't you want it back?
Kitahara, are you crying?
I'm sorry. Please don't make me feel any more pathetic than I already am.
Did it hurt?
I'm devastated. I've lost all hope in my own talent.
This isn't about talent. It's about practice. Like you said, the difference in how much sweat we have broken over it.
Huh?
To learn this, even a little amount of practice should be enough. If you do it seriously, you act all high and mighty, but you don't try hard enough.
No way. I may not be good, but I've been practicing for 2 hours every day.
This kind of instrument usually takes 10 hours of practice a day.
No, I'd be a pro if I practiced that much.
You wouldn't have to be.
That was amazing, though. Do you play the guitar too, Touma?
Nope. I've just been messing around with it for the past few days.
Don't be going off negating everything you said just now.
Now, once again, from the top, I can give you a few pointers to start you off.
You sure?
I've got time to kill.
Why did you come to school during the summer holidays?
Just play already.
Sure.
You can start out slowly.
You say I should hurry and play, and then you say I should play slowly. Well, that's kind of how you get a piece down. Like, you play it at half tempo or quarter tempo, or whatever you need to do to get through it, and just start getting the muscle memory down. And then you keep playing it and you gradually speed up until you can play it at tempo. But yeah, that is how you are supposed to learn a piece. Like, when you get really good, you can play it at tempo at sight, but when you're starting out, you play it slowly, you get the muscle memory down, then you can play it faster and faster until you get up to tempo. I know the opposite problem is true for some people. Like, when you get good, really good, you want to play it too quickly, and sometimes you go too fast. I know Monica has problems with that when she was learning the music. Like, she was learning that the tempo, or not tempo, the White Album medley, because she's used to playing stuff that goes at like 120 BPM, and the White Album song is like 80, 70, something like that. It's like 2/3 the speed that she's usually used to going at. So she gradually just plays faster and faster, which is a problem when you're trying to mix two takes together, and she's playing at different tempos in each one. But we can also break out the metronome to help keep her on tempo. Because we're recording from a MIDI keyboard directly into a MIDI device, so sound in the studio doesn't get picked up unless I decide to actually turn on the mic or record the mic.
A class representative with excellent grades such as yourself should be able to figure out the basic difference in nuance.
Of course.
Then start out slowly.
Speaking of which,
What is it now?
this is the first time you've spoken to me on your own, right? This is the first time you've spoken to me on your own volition, isn't it?
You're just imagining things.
Thank you.
You're still crappy.
In the end, that day was the only time I talked with her that much. She actually has a pretty bad personality. She teaches me like a Spartan, and then doesn't hold back the criticism and insults. But I couldn't defy her. In fact, I never even thought about talking back to her. After all, she plays way better than me. Also, in just a single day, and despite all the bad-mouthing, she taught me how to play the guitar in detail. Yeah, the amount of difference like a good teacher versus just trying to pick it up on yourself is amazing. That's right. Why hadn't I noticed until now? She can play well without much practice at all. A lot of skill in music is transferable between instruments, like reading sheet music, keeping tempo, that sort of stuff. And also, you know what it should sound like, so you know when you've played something wrong, you can just go, that didn't sound right, and then go back and correct your mistake instead of playing it wrong over and over, building the wrong muscle memory, and then when pointed out you're wrong, you have to go back and untrain the muscle memory and retrain the new muscle memory. Mastering one instrument does make it easier to master another instrument, especially if they're in the same family, like mastering a trumpet and then going to trombone. There's a lot of transferable skills, like brass instruments and all that, or going from a clarinet to a saxophone. There are transferable skills because the instruments are similar. So Touma being able to play different instruments fairly well is not that strange. Though there is still a learning curve if you go from piano to a guitar, for example, or like woodwind to from a flute to a violin. There's a lot less transferable skills there, but still the theory and all that is still transferable. I should have figured the owner of Music Room 2 was someone who could play anything better than the average person, like the bass or the drums. Well, she was someone always deeply engaged in music, one who could easily let slip phrases like practice 10 hours a day. The only one I knew who was so dedicated to it, apart from the music program students.
I see. That's how it is.
What is, Ogiso?
Kitaharu-kun, whenever you're talking to girls, you seem to end up talking about other girls.
Well, you asked, didn't you? I did feel like the conversation was starting to get derailed, but Setsuna's statement went beyond that. Are you always like this? She won't drop the topic for some reason, even though all I did was follow Ogiso's wishes, telling her what she wanted to know. Well, normally I don't talk to girls about this sort of thing. Io's about the only one I talk to anyway. Even so, why do I feel this inexplicable guilt creeping up my spine, along with this cold sweat and nervousness? Was what I said really that strange? Ogiso?
It's not really strange.
Then don't pause so long, please. The sweat pouring from my body is frozen in an instant by the chilly winds of fall. I might even catch a cold from this.
Let's go, Kidda-Hutter-kun. It has gotten quite late.
Yeah, jeez. I shouldn't be doing things I'm not used to.
One more thing.
What is it now? I really shouldn't be doing things I'm not used to.
Well, I was rather quick to refuse a while ago, but...
However, while I'm wrapped in regret, the tide of battle suddenly changes due to one single utterance from Ogiso. You can tell Touma-san about my circumstances? Are you sure?
Yep. If that's what would help her have a more positive outlook on life.
What's with this turn of events? No, perhaps she finally understood what I had in mind. I see. Thank you, Ogiso. I really owe you one.
In return, I want you to get Touma to meet me. I really want to get to know her after all you told me.
Yeah, I promise. I'll drag her out if that's what it takes.
Okay. Good luck, Kidda-Hutter-kun.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. This time for sure. And then she ended up singing 30 songs in a row. And it was past midnight before I knew it. Oh man, the rumors are very much wrong. She's hardworking, rather plain, and a good personality. I never knew she was such a playful, interesting girl. Anyway, I'd just like to have you listen to her sing just once. I'm sure that would change your mind. Well, when I said she's good at singing, she is good, but as in, she's good at singing karaoke, you know? Still, that isn't really the main point here. I truly felt it when I first heard her singing on the rooftop. Well, what was that cliche phrase again? Pitch perfect? Anyway, I'm sure our stage performance will be the talk of the school, regardless if we succeed or fail miserably. After all, Ogiso Setsuna is going to be singing. But I don't want to fail. I want people to talk about how great we were. After all, I don't want Ogiso to lose face after she joined us out of kindness.
To say?
Huh?
Is that all you wanted to say?
Well, I'm getting to the main point here. So anyway, Touma, if you'd like, would you...
I seem to remember telling you to never come in here again. Why are you here?
No, you keep saying this and that, but you still allowed me to...
Get out!
Why? Later, well, it pains me to admit it, but for now I have to give up the negotiations in Music Room 2. I told Ogiso on the way home that I had failed in persuading Touma yet again, and was taken aback a bit by the words she said right then and there.
I knew it would turn out that way.
How exactly?
Good evening. Touma-san, right?
We met a while ago.
Ogiso Setsuna? Ah, you remembered my name. Thank you.
Why?
Are you on your way home? I'd like to chat with you a little bit.
With me?
Yep, with you, Touma-san. Is that okay?
I'm off to go buy sheet music though.
Then let's go together. When we're done, maybe we can go and have some tea? That's an okay then? Let's get going. If we don't hurry, the bookstore will close up.
The music store.
Ah, I see. That's right. Oh my, I'm jumping to conclusions. eating this now? Won't you be too full for dinner?
Well, this is my dinner.
Dinner? Fast food?
Is that strange?
But isn't there dinner waiting at home?
Family's not home. Always out overseas.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Still, the nutrition balance is poor if you're only eating takeout. You should at least get a salad to go with it.
Are these the only kind of people he hangs out with?
Still, that's amazing, Touma-san.
What is?
Because didn't you get hit on like 5 times just walking in front of the station? On top of that, you drove everyone away real quick. I guess beautiful people are really persuasive when they're angry.
I wasn't the one getting hit on.
Not at all. I'm sure you were their target, Touma-san.
Listen.
What is it?
You should be more aware of how people perceive you. You'll come off as rude if you're too humble.
Come on. I'd only get hit on around 2 or 3 times if I was walking on my own. I'm getting kind of hungry too. I wonder if it'd be fine if I have an apple pie before dinner. Alright, on to the main topic. You see, I joined the light music club.
Wow, congratulations.
Having said that, we're just a one-shot group that'll be disbanding as soon as this year's school festival stage performance is over. It's the first time in my life that I'll be singing in front of so many people, so I'm feeling a bit tense.
Then, why not give up?
I can't just do that. Everyone's doing their best.
Doing their best? There's only one guy working his butt off. The group has practically been disbanded already.
You seem to know a lot, but the information you have is a bit outdated now. There's one more person doing their best.
Ogiso.
So, you see, Touma-san, we'd like to have at least one more person giving it their all.
Did that idiot rope you into this?
Nope. Kitaharu-kun never asked me at all. He's the type that ends up burdening himself with everything, even though he knows it'd be better to rely on others.
Really now? Maybe you actually know about that already, Touma-san? I don't care.
Anyway, Kitaharu-kun said that we can't do anything unless you join the group.
I told you, I don't care.
He said your skills are essential to pulling off this year's festival performance.
You're annoying.
And he said he wanted to do this with you, no matter what. I'm not lying. Kitaharu-kun most definitely said that, you know?
I don't want to do it. I'm not interested at all.
I wonder about that.
You've been irritating me for a while now. Do you always put on this innocent charade?
I wonder. Well, I certainly haven't talked about something like this at school.
It's rare to see someone go this far, doing favors for that idiot. You have bad taste.
Hey, Touma-san, don't you think we could be really good friends?
Not at all. And what makes you think we would?
Because we have similar tastes.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you sure?
If possible, I'd like you to explain to me exactly how your thought process brought you to that conclusion, in detail.
You knew that the guitarist in the classroom next door was Kitaharu-kun. That's why you played along with him, right?
Normally, it'd be stranger not to notice. Well, I suppose I get it. Kitaharu-kun is that idiot after all, just like you said.
Also, Kitaharu-kun seriously thinks you hate him because you hurl so much abuse at him. Unlike with other people, even though you ignore everyone else, you're always getting angry at him. But that's just what Kitaharu-kun believes.
Wanna order something else? I'm going home.
I see.
Ogiso.
What about me?
You really bought into that idiot, huh? I wonder. Maybe I have. What do you think?
Like,
I know.
hey, do you have time? If you'd like, let's go to karaoke.
I refuse. I couldn't stand someone singing forever by themselves.
So, you heard about that too?
Kitahara told me.
Yep, I know. The truth is, I asked him to tell you all that.
Huh? Why'd you do that?
Because I figured you'd get angry, Touma-san.
What?
I mean, I get really angry too. He kept speaking so highly about you. Yep, for now, I'm satisfied. See you again, Touma-san.
Sometime in the near future, okay?
I just can't deal with people like her.
You met Touma Saturday after school?
Yep, she's a pretty nice girl.
And you really like her too?
Why are you so surprised about that? Don't you think that's being a little rude to her?
I found myself absolutely terrified at Ogiso's bombshell announcement that she had talked to Touma-san yesterday. There hasn't been anyone around that had that good a first impression of her.
That's because they don't know all that much about her, I think.
I was terrified because she realized that I wanted her to talk to Touma, even though I never actually told her to. Thank you, Ogiso. No, really. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
Please, you're exaggerating. I also wanted to talk to Touma-san for more reasons than that. For more reasons than one.
In the end, she took immediate action. Part of the reason was probably for my sake.
Though we sure got to talk about a lot of things. It was so much fun.
Fun?
And all of her reactions were so interesting. I thought she seemed rather cute.
Interesting? Cute?
I don't think her impression of me is good, though.
I'm sorry, but the person I was telling you about was Touma Kazusa, my classmate.
I know that already. You introduced me to her, Kitahara-kun.
Are we really thinking about the same person?
She completely matches your description of her, you know.
Fun to talk to? Interesting? Cute? Did I really praise her that much? Well, she's got cute and interesting at least. At least I think so. Fun to talk to, I'm not that sure of. Well, certainly if Ogiso has that kind of impression of her, it's perfect.
You finally noticed?
If I was passionately using words like that earlier, then that might change things a little. Indeed, I feel like as she looks up at me, Ogiso's eyes are somewhat lacking in kindness. I don't think I went that far. I said that although her personality is bad, the fact that she can't follow through with her cruelty due to her kind nature was interesting. Yes, that's it. Damn, I just dug my own grave. I never said cute, though. That's the truth, right?
Those are some pretty pathetic excuses you have.
Well, still, I really didn't. I apologize if I ruined your mood.
Do you really feel bad?
Though I'm not quite satisfied with the reason. Everything is my fault. Please forgive me.
I can feel my own personality getting twisted the more I talk to you, Kitahara-kun.
That can't be. Absolutely nothing comes to mind.
Even though Touma-san feels that way, and maybe that's why she isn't honest.
Well, she was bitter to begin with, though it's much better now.
There you go, praising her again.
If you put it like that, does it mean there's nothing I can say about her?
Jeez, What am I going to do with you?
What am I supposed to do then? Setsuna, who went out of her way for me without me even asking.
Then perhaps I could make you do something for me.
I didn't ask her to do anything, yet it seems she has built up a lot of incomprehensible stress.
Don't screw with me. Why would I have to?
Well, you see, members should deepen their friendships. The third day in a row at Music Room 2. Having already been forcibly kicked out 2 days in a row, I knocked on the door in utter fear, only to be met with a tired-looking Touma who opened the door right away. What happened yesterday?
I never said anything about joining, and that invitation is just her idea, isn't it?
You seem to get it. Her bored expression changed in an instant when I asked, "Would you like the three of us to go hang out tomorrow?" What happened yesterday? I want the three of us to talk things out. Up until now, we've always been talking past each other, and we've never been able to talk properly about this club.
I don't plan on properly listening, so there is no point in talking about it.
Oh, come on, Touma. It's Sunday afternoon. Can't I convince you to come somehow?
Listen to me properly when I'm talking to you.
How selfish can you be?
That's rich coming from you two.
She's not as blunt as usual. If I had to say, she seems rather bewildered. This might be the first time I've seen Touma like this. What happened yesterday?
I have something to do, unfortunately.
Like what?
That's none of your business.
Perhaps you're taking piano lessons? Are you really practicing 10 hours a day?
I'm not doing any such thing.
If you are seriously practicing the piano, then perhaps pushing you to mess around with us is a bit...
I told you, I'm not doing that.
Touma.
Hey, Kitahara, why do you always say things that get on my nerves?
She could have just said, "Yes, I'm practicing," as a lie, and I'd have no other choice but to give up. She has a hard time following through with both her coldness and curtness. She always leaves an opening for me like this, which is why I never once considered that I should stop. Sorry, am I being a bother again?
If you figured it out yourself, get lost.
And don't come back here ever again. That makes that the third time she said, "Don't come back ever again." She could have just locked the door, yet she never rejects me directly. In that case, Ogiso told me to convey a message from her in the event that you should refuse me.
Huh?
Like I said, if she leaves so many obvious openings, her exact words were, "If you don't come, I'll tell Kitahara about that." Hey, I'm not sure that it's okay for me to ask this, but what exactly is that? Hey, Touma, did something happen between you and Ogiso?
She's my nemesis.
She has never reacted like this before, and I bet she will never react this way again. Actually, I'm not so sure about the latter half. I don't ever recall Touma yielding as easily as this. Ogiso, what in the world did you?
You're late. What took you so long? Who do you think you are, walking so nonchalantly when you're making people wait?
Well, it's exactly 3 o'clock now. I arrived just on time, and Touma promptly began to mercilessly throw abuse at me. I thought that arriving 5 minutes early at the meeting spot was an unspoken rule. You seem to know your etiquette well, despite your dirty mouth.
That's completely irrelevant. Not to mention rude.
Touma never compromises when it comes to her own internal logic. No wonder we always argue.
Sorry, I got held up a bit.
I made it within 5 minutes, but... Touma, don't you have anything to say to her? Don't kick my legs, especially not with those pointy shoes. Her attitude suddenly changes when the topic shifts to Ogiso. But seriously, why? Putting that aside... Alright, where will we be going now? We're in front of Setsugo-cho Station, 1 station away from school and nearest to Ogiso's house. It's a great deal more peaceful than Minami Setsugo, which is where our school lies. Ogiso was the one who suggested that we meet here.
I don't care where. Let's just get this over with quickly. The result will be the same anyway.
Touma. Although she gave in to Ogiso's unknown threat and devoted her precious Sunday afternoon to this, she seems grumpily determined to not sign off on her soul.
Regardless, you two can decide on where to go. I'll play along with you guys a little for the time being.
Then maybe a karaoke box?
Is that okay?
Sorry, I was just messing with Touma since she said she doesn't care where.
How low can you go? You sorry excuse for a human being.
Aren't you two being kind of mean to someone? Me, for example?
Besides, if we do go there, things will probably get out of control, and we won't get anything discussed. Not to mention, it would be tremendously awkward. For now, let's find a family restaurant or something.
Oh, that's fine. I've actually decided where we'll be going beforehand. Let's go, you two!
She could have said that from the beginning then.
Why not say that directly to Ogiso instead of whispering it so only I can hear it?
Because I don't know how she'll counterattack.
I seriously have to know what happened between you two when you first met.
Like I could tell you that.
We'll be going in here first. Kirahara-kun, if you don't mind, could you carry the basket?
Here. During my quiet exchange with Touma, Ogiso has already reached her destination. Although, actually, this place happens to be...
Manager! Long time no see. Though, I guess it's only been 3 days.
Ogiso, this is the very same place I came to pick up Ogiso.
That's not it. I'm just a customer today. I hope you will give us a lot of freebies.
A supermarket?
Hey, do you guys want to have anything specific for dinner?
Huh?
Hey, Mom, where's the potato starch again? It's there, isn't it? Please, I keep telling you over and over that I don't know where there is. It's in the cupboard. Look in the 3rd drawer. There it is. Found it. Besides, the only reason you don't know something so simple is because you don't normally cook. I do cook. Please, don't embarrass me when you have guests over. They're on the 2nd floor, so they can't hear us, can they?
Actually, when you open the door like this, you can hear just about everything from downstairs.
Hey, oh no, it's boiling over. I'm sorry, Mom, but could you take care of mixing the starch with the water? When I said I was going to help earlier, you just got mad and refused me. But Mom, you always end up leaving too much to instinct, and you lecture me on every little thing too. I've got years of experience on my side. It's always delicious when I make it, right? But then it will end up being your flavor, Mom. It has to be my flavor today. It's not really your flavor, Setsuna, but that is a cooking book, isn't it? Just be quiet already and do as I say, Mom. Please, this girl. You should know better than to yell in front of guests. They won't hear me. They're in my room after all.
There's the Castella cake from the Fukuma shop. looks like dinner won't be ready for a while if they're going to be... Oh, leaving it open would have been more fun. See? My sister's completely different from when she's at school, isn't she?
No, I don't think my conscience would have been able to last any longer. 40 minutes had passed. Carrying her groceries from the supermarket, Ogiso led us to the gates of a detached house. That was a 15-minute walk from the station. And, as expected, the door plate read Ogiso. Takahiro-kun, was it? What grade are you in?
3rd year, middle school. I'm 3 years behind my sister.
Thus, she brought us straight to the 2nd floor and left us in her bedroom. Unable to bear the awkwardness any longer, Touma was just about to say, "I'm leaving," when this young man appeared like a savior, bringing tea. Which means you're taking entrance exams. Are you going to be enrolling at our school?
Grades-wise, I could make it, but I think it would be impossible financially. Dad's all burned out just from enrolling her there.
I see. That's a shame. In total, the lot is about 200 square meters large, and the house takes up about half of it. Its 1st floor has a living room, a study, and a master bedroom, while the 2nd floor has the children's rooms, a stereotypical detached home. Though the family has to be quite well off to even be able to afford a house around here.
On top of that, if she continues her studies in Hojo University, I don't know if we'll be able to afford my entrance tuition.
I see. Well, hang in there. Though, compared to some other students in our school, this really is just an average family. It's just a guess, but I bet this place is nothing compared to the home of the classmates sitting beside me.
What?
You're nervous, aren't you?
Huh?
Takahiro-kun, don't be scared. She's just really shy, you see?
Well, I am scared, but only a little bit.
What? Loosen up a little, would you? He's acting more naturally than you are.
Well, Look, who could have predicted this turn of events?
Still though, I think this is the first time my sister has brought friends with her since she enrolled in Hojo.
Really now? I suppose it's due to her misunderstood reputation of being the school's #1 lady.
She had plenty of friends come over during middle school. She'd throw her birthday parties inviting all the girls from her class. 20 of them in this tiny house. Can you imagine?
That's what I thought, yeah. Despite being so sociable and ordinary, Ogiso had to start worrying about maintaining her image due to that trivial rumor. Whether she's an ordinary girl or an unattainable flower, it doesn't change the fact that Ogiso is overflowing with charm.
And now she's bringing friends home again, 6 months from graduation. I wonder what brought about this change.
Well, about that, there's something that the 3 of us absolutely have to discuss today.
The 3 of you?
Yeah, Ogiso and I have to convince Touma here, no matter what.
Huh?
She doesn't seem to understand our feelings at all. No matter how many times we tried, she wouldn't accept.
So basically you mean you're trying to untangle this complicated relationship between the 3 of you?
No,
I guess you could put it that way. Touma here's really stubborn, as you can see.
Wait a second, Kitahara.
What? Am I wrong? Feel free to voice any objections you have. Yeah, we won't settle for a compromise today. We're down to the wire, where the slightest thing will tick off Touma, and either she'll become our ally, or she'll never talk to us again.
That's not what I mean. He'll definitely get the wrong idea from what you just said.
Huh? What do you mean?
Sorry to keep you all waiting. What? Takahiro? What are you doing here?
Oh crap.
Ogiso frowns a bit as she looks at the three of us in the room, carrying a large steaming tray.
I told you not to bother us, didn't I? Your sister and her friends have something really important to talk about. Come on, get out right now.
Oh.
Sister.
She sternly raises her eyebrows, looking like a typical sister scolding her younger brother. I've never seen something like this before.
Your guests seemed a bit neglected, and I had some time to kill, and you left them here without even bringing them tea, and... I'm sorry, sis.
Oh.
And in the next moment, she slowly lowered her eyebrows, and her expression changes into a more forgiving big sister.
Maybe I went too far. Dinner is ready downstairs, so go eat. I was the one who made it today, so I can't really guarantee the taste.
Thank you.
They made up so fast. What is this? It feels like I've seen something I shouldn't have.
And sis,
What is it, Takahiro?
I'm not sure when you got yourself into this mess, but, good luck. I hope you manage to settle everything peacefully.
What's he talking about?
Who knows?
Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, yada yada. The talk of music class in this series really does bring back memories of high school. I had sort of a rivalry, I guess you could call it, with the trumpeter in class. We started playing an impromptu version of Dueling Banjos during warm-ups. The trumpet player was one of the virtuosos of the school, and I'm just a average, middling player. So it's not like I had any chance at beating him, but it was learning how to play that really did improve my skills. And this is an example of how the music students in my school weren't elitist assholes like some other ones that are in this story. And they would help out other students who weren't as good, who at least made the effort.